What's up everybody, Kier Gomes here, and welcome back. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, I recently went on there, put up a question box, and had you guys ask me whatever you wanted to know about me. I actually really enjoy doing these Q&A videos. I think it's kind of fun to make them, but then as well, it gives me a chance to maybe tell you guys a little bit more about me. And now that we're on this new kick, new direction for the channel, I figured what better way to start it than with a nice open Q&A. I did wait about 20 hours, but as you can see, there's a lot of questions for us to get through, so I want to make sure that we have time for all of them, or we might have to tweak them and cut some corners, consolidate some questions. We'll see what happens. I don't even know. What I do know is that you can help me out by doing me a favor and dropping a like on this video before we get into it, and of course, subscribe if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's roll that intro and get you guys on your way.
Let's go.
All right, so before we get into the questions, let's go ahead and pop one of these open. If you guys ever want to know what the key is to my heart, this right here, absolutely key to my heart. Okay, now as usual, I'm going to do my best to shout out everybody for their questions. I'm going to put your Instagram handle with your question somewhere here, wherever. So let's get into it. Bastion Cardistry wants to know, where did I learn how to film and take good photos? Thank you for your question, Bastion. It's like a combination of things, probably the same way that anybody learns how to do it. My aunt is actually a photographer, so I kind of got into like the idea of photography pretty early on, but it wasn't until I really got into cards and stuff like that that I started, I don't know, thinking more about it. And it comes with practice. The video making, I mean, I was making videos every single week here on YouTube for a couple of years, so I think over time I picked up a few things. I still don't think by any means that I'm great at making films or videos. And then the photo thing, again, just practice, kind of doing it over and over again, taking little pieces of inspiration from other photographers and people that I like and trying to mesh it into my own style, which I think I found, so I'm really happy with it. Suga007, I think it's Suga007, if so, that's funny. What made you like pink so much? Well, I don't think I've ever said flat out that I like pink, but no, in all seriousness, I don't know. I've always liked the color pink. The color itself is nice. I like it. It appeals to me. It's something that, you know, if I see a pink hat or a pink sweater or something like that, I'm automatically drawn to it. So it's just a color that I enjoy. Anyway, Nom Magic wants to know, is YouTube your full-time or part-time job? Well, it's neither. It's not my job at all. I make barely enough money to pay my phone bill off of YouTube, so no, it's not my job. This is definitely a creative outlet for me. It's something I enjoy doing, and it's something that I've kind of combined with elements of my job. So I guess in that way, you know, partially, but no, YouTube is not my job, and I do not make good money doing this. The Trick Kid wants to know what the first deck of playing cards I had was. I mean, it was probably honestly a deck of Bicycle Rider backs. One of my first ones that I remember keeping was a Bicycle Solitaire deck, and I still have it. Jonathan Daniel 10, I hope I got that right, wants to know EDC for magicians. I don't know. It depends on the magician, I guess, man. For me, I don't perform really at all, so my everyday carry is whatever I can fit into the pocket of my sweatpants, you know, which maybe a deck of cards, maybe not. But I think it's important, like if I were to be going somewhere for an extended period of time, let's say I'm going to stay at a hotel overnight or for a weekend or something, I will definitely bring like a deck of cards with me. I might bring a few props, a thumb tip. I use those kind of often if I'm just randomly gonna do magic. And of course, you should never leave home without a Sharpie. I'm not sure if that's specific to magicians, but I absolutely take a Sharpie with me pretty much everywhere. Merlin Benny 29 wants to know, if you could undo one thing from the past, from your past, so from my past, what would it be? I don't know if I would undo really anything from my past. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I kind of wish I would have started doing sooner, so maybe that could be something. Yeah, I don't know. Not really anything that I would undo, no, but definitely maybe some things that I would have started a little bit earlier, or just, you know, taken a little bit more seriously. Yam and Corey wants to know, are you going to continue magic and cardistry? Yeah, man. I mean, you know, I don't think there's any reason for me not to. It makes me happy. I like doing it, and you know, I might not make deck reviews, but this doesn't really change. It's actually because I love magic and want to improve at these things that I'm cutting out those distractions. Jaren Barlocker, Cactus Playing Cards, wants to know, do you have anyone you look up to or who inspires you on a daily basis besides your wife? I mean, you know, obviously my wife is number one on that list. Definitely, she inspires me every day and encourages me every single day. But yeah, I mean, like there's people in my life that inspire me for sure. You know, in different ways, I guess, but working with Alex, I get inspired every day just watching him do what he does. And I don't know, I think it's really interesting and inspiring to kind of watch people that you've, you know, mirrored or tried to mirror in the past and see how they work. It's really cool. Sumyog04, sorry. What type of content can be seen by you now other than your own deck reviews? Yeah, so I mean, I'll probably still review my own decks of cards. For example, Generation 1 is going to be done printing hopefully within the next couple of weeks. At that point, and we start shipping them out and I get mine, I would like to do a review just to show you guys the cards. It's something that Luke and I worked really hard on. So, but you know, other than that, I think a good frame of reference would be look at any of the videos that I've done in the past couple of weeks, maybe plucking out some of the deck reviews, but I did a video called Perfect a couple of weeks ago. That's one that I'm really proud of, and those types of videos seem to be something that I really enjoy. So I would say, you know, still be on the lookout for things from me. I'm still gonna be creating, I'm still gonna be doing videos, you know, weekly as much as possible anyway. But I don't know, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff, and a lot of it is gonna be just experimenting and seeing what works for you guys. So for example, I just recently uploaded a Final Cut Pro tutorial. If that's something that, you know, seems to be cool and good for you guys, then I might do more of that stuff. Or I might just experiment, really whatever comes to me. And the whole point for me of not doing deck reviews is so that I can make the videos that I want to make. And I can do things without, you know, being influenced or swayed by free stuff or, you know, whatever all that stuff is. So I just want to make what I want to make, and it's going to be fun and it's going to be awesome, and I hope you'll stick around. All right, my buddy Elijah wants to know what is or are my vision or visions for the future? So let's say, what's my vision for the future? What are my goals? I don't know. It's kind of like I said in the last Q&A. I think if I could just be doing some version of this, you know, in the future, making videos, enjoying it, and I don't know, having a comfortable life and a comfortable living, then that would be great. I'm a pretty simple man when it comes to that. I'm not sure. I'm at a point in my life where I think that the future is probably less important than just enjoying what I'm doing right now. John113 wants to know, what is my favorite magic trick? Could be a gimmick or just a card trick. My favorite impromptu card trick, by far, Back in Time by Jay Sankey. We might talk about Jay Sankey again here in a minute when I answer another question. The real ones know what I'm talking about. RG Cardistry, my friend Ruth wants to know, when making a Kickstarter, is there big profit involved or barely none? You know, it really depends. It depends on the Kickstarter. I have never had giant profits from any of my decks. None of them have had huge rewards or anything. Now, if you look at, you know, it also depends on your campaign. How expensive is it going to be? Because that's going to be your profit margin, is how much money you have to spend to make the product, and then whatever's left over. And there's a lot that goes into it. I would say at first, definitely don't get into doing Kickstarters for profit, because you probably won't make any, you know, at first, unless you have a really amazing concept and, you know, it's cost effective and you kill it on your first one, which is entirely possible. Look at the Gentleman Wake. I don't know how cost effective that was, but he definitely killed it. So yeah, I don't know. For me, at least from my experience, which is all I can really speak to, no, Kickstarter has not been like, you know, it's definitely, I couldn't make a living off of just doing Kickstarters unless I did one like every single month and everybody I know showed up for it. Oh, it's so good. Street Magician Dude, Jason Marr, he's a friend of mine. He wants to know, where will we go from here? Hopefully some Kier street magic coming soon. Probably not, Jason. I'm sorry to disappoint you, my friend, but you know, I've said this kind of in the past, performing magic, I tried to do it as hard as I could, and I was never really that good at it. Maybe not. You know, anytime that I'm performing magic, you know, and the mood strikes, you never know. I hate to say no. Max Martin 328 wants to know, how high can I build a card tower? Now, if I'm making it out of playing cards, I can build it as high as I can do this. I can do card, roof, card. That's what I can do. Now, out of tuck boxes that have the cards inside, come at me all day, Max Martin. All right, Ibby wants to know, skydiving or water gliding? You can only pick one. I don't know, is water gliding the same as water skiing? If you're talking about water skiing, I've done that. It's a lot of fun. But I would have to say probably skydiving, because I've never done that, but I'm not afraid of heights, and I think that I would enjoy it. I really, really think I would enjoy it. Makosian wants to know V3 updates, hint, and what card slide do you spend the most time getting down? Okay, so I'm assuming you're talking about Slow Hands V3 because that's the only V3 in my catalog. We have started working on it. We started working on it a while ago. We've decided on a few things. We know what the logo is going to look like. We know the theme. We know the color scheme. But we have kind of put a pause on working on it because Nick and I are also working on a project that comes out before Slow Hands V3. We're working on that with Jay Sankey. It's going to be the Spectacles deck, and it's going to be great. And if you want a hint as to the V3, I'm just not there yet. I just don't know if I can give you a hint. What I can tell you is it's not going to be a snail and it's not going to be a tortoise. Mo7715 wants to know, how do I take my coffee and what snack would I have to go with it? Well, it depends. I'm more of like an espresso type of guy, so if I could just get like, you know, like an Americano, like a cold iced Americano, like that would be ideal. If not that, I like cold brew and I like it black. Black, nothing in it, no cream, no sugar, nothing like that. And if I had to have a snack to go with it, I would say, I don't know, maybe like a everything bagel. Ooh, maybe like a everything bagel, regular schmear on it. Toasted on one side and then not on the other side. Stacy Vishev. I'm so sorry about the names, guys. What am I gonna focus on next? I don't know. I'm kind of gonna take like a little bit of a vacation, not in terms of like taking time off from doing things, but taking time off from thinking about what I'm doing. You know, I think I just want to kind of like take a step back and not work on anything that doesn't feel right to me. You know, I just want to like have a day where I'm not thinking about what I'm gonna work on and it just comes to me and I work on it when I feel like it. And I wanna do that for a little while. Jacob Reed wants to know what camera I use for photography. Well, I will show you, my friend. This is the camera that I use for everything. You're probably seeing that on screen right now. This is a Sony a6400, and then for filming, like, you know, this angle, I keep a 16mm Sigma 1.4 on there, and for photos and stuff, I like to switch to the 50mm or the 85mm f1.4, so you can get that nice depth of field. And that's what I shoot on. By the way, if you guys are looking for like camera advice or tips on what to buy, I might not be the best person to talk to. I took some advice from somebody that I trust, and I bought the setup that required the least amount of knowledge. So yeah, I like the setup because it's easy. The Wooden Cardist wants to know what's my favorite video that I've ever made. As of right now, Perfect. The Perfect video I thought was genuinely the most real thing that I had ever done. And basically what I did was I wrote down how I was feeling that day, and I turned it into a video that I think translated exactly how I was feeling pretty well. So that's definitely my favorite video. I think that's probably the most impressive work that I've done just as a creator. But before that, I would say probably the top 5 knock video that I did with Alex Pandrea, just because it was my first video with Alex Pandrea and it blew my mind. So probably that one before that. Bobby G_20 wants to know, would you consider yourself a foodie, also beer and alcohol drinker? I do not consider myself a foodie by any means. I you know, pretty much live off of a steady diet of rice and grilled chicken. So no, probably not a foodie. There are certain types of things that I'm picky about. Oddly, like pickles, I consider myself a pickle foodie. But beer and alcohol drinker, yes. I do enjoy beer. I'm a little bit of a beer snob, I guess, and I do enjoy a good whiskey. I will say though, be careful about drinking alcohol because I am 28 and I look like I'm 58. So so be careful, be careful. Noah Hayden wants to know what my favorite fontaine deck is, and I think I'm gonna skip that question. I think I'm gonna skip it. Brendan.rb wants to know my favorite food or my favorite meal to eat and make. So it depends. When I'm not a fat garbage human and I can just, you know, eat normal foods, I would say tacos. Tacos are probably my favorite. Tacos and burritos, just Mexican food in general. Batman Stu wants to know if I could have any superpower for 1 hour, what would I want and what would I do? I think I would want the ability to pause or like manipulate time. Yeah, and I'd probably like, I don't know, make myself rich. I'd rip off a bank or something. Zeke Mac Tracer, I think, wants to know, got any animals and do you like dogs? P.S. doing awesome job. Oh, thank you. So Zeke, yes, I do have an animal. I have a cat. She's been on this channel before. She's my pride and joy, the love of my life. Yeah, I do. I have my cat. I love my cat very much. I love her so much that she is the only pet that I have. She doesn't like other animals, and she's spoiled, so she's my animal. But yes, I do like dogs. My dream would be to have 2 cats and 1 dog and a monkey and like a farm where I could have like a pig and a cow, you know. I love animals, I don't know. Ed Olds wants to know my favorite genre of film. I love this question because I am a movie guy. I'm a huge movie guy. My favorite genre is what I call Kier movies. And they're movies that meet very specific requirements. They take place during a specific time period. It doesn't matter which one, but preferably like the 80s. They don't have to actually be made in the 80s. They just gotta take place, you know, during that time. They gotta have a kickin' soundtrack that's representative of the era. I like when movies take place in one day. You get the whole story over the course of a day. So I don't know, indie films are kind of my thing, but horror movies I would say are like my automatic favorite. I probably watch more horror movies than anything else. Enigma Cards wants to know what makes a great collectible deck of cards. I mean, I don't know. I've never made a collectible deck of cards. You know, I've only made cards that are meant to be used, and I will probably continue to only make cards that are meant to be used. But I think things that make cards collectible that are interesting are just if the cards offer something that you can't get somewhere else or with a regular deck. I don't think numbered seals make decks worth collecting. I think if you have a deck that's worth collecting, you should put a numbered seal on it. You know what I mean? But I think that it's too easy to not change anything, slap a seal on it, or gild the edges, and then charge twice as much. And that, I don't fuck with that really. DJ Lard 2008 says, would you be willing to check out my YouTube channel? It's Raining Magic, love your vids. Yeah, so shout out to your YouTube channel. Yes, I will check it out. And you guys watching this should check it out too, so I'm gonna leave it down below. Rkdex hit me with the realist. He hit me with the realist. He says, we wanna see the Puma Clyde collection. So for those of you that don't know, I have kind of a weird passion for Puma. It started with just loving Puma sneakers, and then turns out they make everything that I would need. They make hats, they make hoodies, they make socks and pants, and so I wear a lot of Puma. This hat's Puma. I think the sweater's Puma. Yeah, it's definitely Puma. I don't know if I've ever thought about doing like a sneaker collection or anything like that, because I'm not like a huge sneaker guy. I stick to specific pieces that I really like. So kind of the same thing I wish I would do with cards. I kind of wish that my mentality towards cards was the same as it was with like my shoes or my gear, because I'm so simple to everything else. You know what I mean? I need one camera that works, one microphone, you know, maybe one set of lights. You know, I only buy the pieces that I like when it comes to shoes and hats. So I kind of wish I could do that with cards too. But if you guys want to see my collection of Puma sneakers, the Clydes specifically, that could be interesting. Let me know. If you do want to see that, drop a hashtag Clyde in the comments, okay? Do that. 52 Cards and More wants to know what is a deck collab that I can't wait to do. I'm doing one that I'm really excited about, and that is with Jay Sankey. He's somebody that I've looked up to for a really, really long time. I'm actually kind of honored that I get to do this project with him. That's by far been a dream collab, but I would love to have my own knock deck, of course. I think that that's something that would be, you know, just a momentous occasion in my life. Okay, 52 and Tuck has a challenge. This one is rapid fire top 5 decks without mentioning my own. Go. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Arco, probably the Arco reprints, the 2018 Arco reprints. I'm gonna go with Orbit. I'm gonna go with Tally-Ho Circlebacks. I'm gonna go with, oh, this is hard. I'm gonna go with the, oh my God, this is hard. Wow, that's just off the top of my head. It's not easy. There's part of me that wants to look around so bad, but I don't know. Let's work with what we had there. So I don't know, that gives you an idea. Nothing.cards wants to know what my biggest fear is. I got a lot, man. I don't know. I'm scared of a lot of things. I don't like snakes by any means, and I mean like literal, actual snakes, but the physical, actual snake. Not a fan of that. Emily Slights wants to know what my favorite color is. Honestly, I don't know if it's pink. It obviously looks like it would be, so it's somewhere between pink and blue probably, and it's not purple. That is far from my favorite. Ooh, I like this question too. C. Cardis wants to know a starting or growing brand that I would recommend to start collecting now? That's a sick question. I like it. I don't know about a brand specifically, but I will say a designer, kind of an underrated designer that I think people really should be looking into is Jaren Barlocker. He's the designer of the Cactus, the Saguaro playing cards, the Dusty Blue edition, and he's also got the Cactus Standards coming out. I really think that he's got a lot of range in terms of his design. I've seen him do tons of different stuff, and it's all really sick. So I would say look out for Cactus, but look out for Jaren Barlocker. That's one that I would pay attention to. All right, my friends Tyler and Steve from Decking Around want to know if a tortoise and a snail had a race, who would win? The tortoise would win, and I think I've been asked that before somehow. I'm not really sure. In case I haven't, I think the tortoise would win. Nothing.cards wants to know, have you reached any goal in life that you had ever wanted to? So pardon the misunderstanding. I think because of the English, I'm not sure if you're asking, have I accomplished everything in life that I've wanted to, or anything at all in life that I've wanted to? So no, I've not accomplished everything that I've wanted to accomplish, but I have accomplished things. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of what I've accomplished, like in my regular life, you know, for sure. And I think within the Magic and playing card space or whatever, I don't think I have anything to not be proud of. I mean, I like what I do. I'm happy doing it. I've made some new friends. I've, you know, learned a lot. I've got to do a lot. So yeah, I've accomplished, you know, I'm very happy with where I'm at. Absolutely. Okay guys, so I think that is it. That's all the questions. I'm pretty sure I got to all of them. So if I did, then I hope this video is not too long. But it was fun. Thank you guys so much for asking these questions. In fact, I totally forgot until just now on my last Q&A video, there's questions there for me to answer as well. So you can expect another Q&A then fairly soon where I answer your questions from the last one. And if you guys want to ask me anything, drop your questions in the comments here. If not, I will do a community post. So if you want to go to my community tab here on the YouTube channel, there will be a space there where you can ask questions as well. Maybe I'll do like a monthly Q&A. Maybe not. I don't want to do them too often because I feel like, you know, I don't want to just, you know, flood you guys with an obligation to ask me questions every month. So we'll see. I don't know. But either way, if you guys did enjoy learning this little bit about me, I know I've enjoyed making this video, but you can let me know by dropping a like on it if you liked it. Really hope you did. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll consider it for more awesome content just like this and like everything else you see around my channel. So if you haven't seen the other videos yet, go check it out. There will be some stuff here, kind of everywhere. Feel free to browse around, okay? With all that being said, I don't know how to end this video, so
goes by so fast, and every moment counts, baby. I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars.